Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today, we'll uncover a whirlwind of drama brewing in the lives of your favorite characters. Let's dive right into the chaos and intrigue that awaits. Brooke caught between loyalty and fury. The emotional tug-of-war intensifies as Brooke Logan finds herself at the center of a brewing storm. Forrester's fiery temper flares, fueled by his belief that Hope Logan masterminded a hostile takeover of Forrester Creations alongside Carter Walton. To Ridge, this betrayal cuts deeply, but his venomous words sting Brooke even more. When Ridge dismissively refers to her daughter as a nasty little bitch, Brooke's protective instincts kick in, yet she remains conflicted. She can't deny her disappointment in Hope's actions, but Ridge's language leaves her reeling. Adding fuel to the fire, Forrester sides with his son, amplifying the accusations against Hope. Will Brooke find the courage to defend her daughter, even if it risks her relationship with Ridge and fractures her bond with Eric? Or will her hesitation drive a wedge between her and Hope, who desperately needs her mother's support during this crisis? Ridge's wrath unleashed. Forrester, known for his fiery personality, is now grappling with a profound sense of betrayal. Tuesday's explosive confrontation with Hope laid bare his anger, not just at Carter Walton's professional treachery, but at Hope, whom he perceives as the true architect of the coup. Ridge's frustration isn't limited to the business sphere, it's personal. He believes Hope manipulated Carter to execute her vision, turning Forrester Creations against its founding family. For Ridge, this act of defiance feels like a strike to the heart of his legacy. As his anger simmers, the question remains, will he channel his energy into reclaiming control of Forrester Creations, or will his blind rage drive irreparable rifts in his family? And what of his relationship with Brooke? With every heated argument, the cracks in their bond grow deeper, threatening to shatter their once stable partnership. Deacon's growing unease with Remy. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp finds himself in a precarious situation involving Remy, his newly hired protégé. Unbeknownst to Deacon, Remy's arrival in Los Angeles is far from coincidental. This enigmatic figure has been meticulously stalking Electra Forrester, the jewelry designer who holds Deacon's obsessive fascination. However, neither Electra nor Deacon realizes the depths of Remy's fixation, or the danger it might pose. Speculation abounds about how Remy's true intentions might come to light. Could a misstep at work unravel their carefully constructed facade? Or, perhaps, Remy will dig into Deacon's personal life and uncover a bombshell revelation, like the connection to Sheila Carter, the infamous villain who could complicate matters tenfold. Deacon's instincts may soon push him to reconsider his decision to hire Remy. Yet, the lingering question remains. Will he act before it's too late, or will his preoccupation with Electra cloud his judgment, leaving him vulnerable to the chaos Remy seems destined to unleash? Remy's dangerous obsession with Electra. As for Remy, their story is one of shadowy obsession and unpredictable intentions. For months, they've been lurking on the fringes of Electra Forrester's life, watching her every move through social media and other covert means. Electra, a rising star in the jewelry design world, remains blissfully unaware of her unwelcome admirer's presence. What is it about Electra that has captivated Remy to such an extreme? Is it her artistry, her charisma, or something more sinister that drives Remy's fixation? Regardless, it's clear that this one-sided connection could spiral out of control. As Remy integrates further into Deacon's circle, the stakes escalate. Will their mask slip, revealing their true motives, or will they succeed in getting closer to Electra, with disastrous consequences for all involved? Luna's plea and Bill's struggle with compassion. At the local jail, Luna's world feels smaller than ever as she confronts the fallout of her past decisions. Her meeting with Bill Spencer is heavy with emotion, as she lays bare the struggles that led her to this moment. Luna's recounting of her troubled upbringing with Poppy is raw and unflinching. She grew up surrounded by addiction, instability, and a revolving door of toxic relationships that left scars on her heart. As she speaks, Luna tries to bridge the gap between the woman Bill once knew and the person who committed the unthinkable. Her voice trembles with desperation as she describes how she snapped when her world, already hanging by a thread, began to unravel. Losing the man she thought was her father left her feeling isolated and betrayed, and in a moment of weakness, she made choices that led her here. Bill, ever the pragmatist, listens without interrupting, his expression unreadable. Luna insists that he, of all people, should understand her actions. She references his own past mistakes and the ways he's worked to redeem himself, hoping he might extend the same grace to her. While Bill admits that her letter stirred something in him, he struggles to reconcile the Luna he once knew with the person responsible for such heinous acts. This exchange is a turning point for both characters. Luna clings to the hope that Bill's presence signals a chance for redemption, while Bill grapples with the weight of his own judgments. As their conversation unfolds, the audience is left wondering, can Luna earn Bill's forgiveness? Or is this meeting merely the beginning of a long road toward atonement? Brooke and Hope clash over loyalty and betrayal. In the cabin, tensions between Brooke and Hope Logan reach a boiling point as they confront the aftermath of Carter Walton's coup at Forrester Creations. Brooke is visibly shaken by what she calls an outright mutiny, and her frustration spills over as she questions her daughter's role in the betrayal. How can Carter look Ridge and Steffi in the eye after stealing the company out from under them, she demands. Hope, however, refuses to back down. She defends Carter's actions with fiery conviction, arguing that the coup wasn't an act of malice but a necessary stand against years of marginalization by the Forrester family. For Hope, this was about evening the playing field and ensuring that the Logans have a say in the company's future. Her loyalty to Carter is evident in every word as she passionately defends his vision for Forrester Creations. But Brooke sees things differently. To her, this isn't a noble stand, it's an outright assault on the family that built the company. She admonishes Hope for supporting Carter's actions, pointing out that two wrongs don't make a right. There were other ways to push back, she insists. Hope's response is equally emotional. She reveals the depth of her feelings for Carter, stating that she loves him and believes in his vision for the company. I'm not going to stand aside after Carter risked everything for the Logans, she declares. The conversation becomes a heartfelt but heated clash of values, with Brooke and Hope embodying the larger conflict between the Forresters and the Logans. Ridge's ultimatum, a chance for redemption? At Forrester Creations, Ridge Forrester takes a bold step in confronting Carter Walton, who orchestrated a corporate coup that left the family reeling. With Eric Forrester by his side, Ridge delivers a calculated ultimatum: undo the damage, and they can pretend this betrayal never happened. This is your last chance, Ridge says, his voice heavy with restrained anger. I suggest you take it. Eric echoes his son's sentiments, urging Carter to reverse the paperwork and restore control to the Forresters. Ridge frames this offer as an olive branch, a rare opportunity for Carter to make amends and move forward without further conflict. If the company gets tied up in litigation, no one wins, Ridge points out, appealing to Carter's pragmatism. But Carter remains unmoved. His vision for a new Forrester Creations is one of inclusivity and bold decision-making, and he refuses to abandon it. I'm doing this for us, he declares, emphasizing his belief in a future where everyone at the company feels valued and appreciated. To Carter, this coup isn't just about power, it's about creating a legacy of equality and innovation. The confrontation is tense and deeply personal. Ridge's fury is palpable, but Carter's resolve is unshakable. As the scene unfolds, it becomes clear that this moment will define the future of Forrester Creations. Will Carter's bold vision lead the company into a new era, or will his defiance cost him everything? The aftermath of betrayal. The fallout from Carter's actions sends shockwaves through the Forrester family. Steffi and Ridge are left grappling with feelings of betrayal, while Eric struggles to reconcile his anger with his love for the family. Brooke, caught between her loyalty to Ridge and her bond with Hope, finds herself in an impossible position. For Carter, the stakes couldn't be higher. His decision to stand his ground represents a bold gamble, one that could either redefine Forrester Creations or destroy the company's legacy. Meanwhile, the Logans rally around Carter, seeing his actions as a necessary pushback against years of Forrester dominance. As these conflicts escalate, the question looms, can the Forresters and Logans find a way to coexist, or is this the beginning of an irreparable rift? With relationships strained to the breaking point and the company's future hanging in the balance, the drama at Forrester Creations is far from over. In the dimly lit jail cell, Luna's voice trembled with raw emotion as she confronted Bill. She vividly recalled the long conversations they had shared during her mother's imprisonment. Bill, with his characteristic blend of gruffness and compassion, had tried to connect with her by sharing pieces of his own troubled history. She remembered how he spoke of his father's abandonment and the instability of his mother, painting a picture of a fractured childhood. Luna confessed that she felt utterly alone, abandoned by everyone in her life except for Bill. "Maybe I'm not as lost as I think," she murmured, her eyes searching his for reassurance. "You're the only one who ever made me feel seen." Bill, though visibly moved, maintained his stoic demeanor, reminding her that Poppy still thought of her as a child in need of care. Luna shook her head, her voice cracking as she admitted, "I've failed her so deeply, I don't even know if she'll ever come back." Her desperation hung heavy in the air, but her resolve began to kindle as she added, "Maybe there's still hope for me, if you're willing to help." Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, the air crackled with tension as Eric's booming voice filled the room. "Do you even realize the audacity of what you're doing?" he thundered, his hands clenched into fists. "This company is my legacy. It's in my blood and the blood of my family. How dare you presume to know what's best for Forrester Creations?" Carter, standing tall amidst the storm, countered with measured calmness. "I'm not stealing anything," he insisted. "I'm preserving the future of Forrester Creations. This is about strengthening the foundation, not tearing it apart." Ridge's voice rose above the din, laced with incredulity. "This is theft, plain and simple," he accused, pointing an accusing finger at Carter. Justin, the voice of legality and pragmatism, interjected, "The LLC is now the controlling entity." "I'm sorry, but this is a legal maneuver that cannot be undone easily." Eric's face turned crimson with fury as he exclaimed, "You may have the law on your side, but you'll never have the heart of this company. That belongs to the Forrester family." Carter's plea for unity fell on deaf ears, but he remained resolute, believing that his vision would ultimately vindicate him. At the secluded cabin, the tension between Hope and Brooke reached a boiling point. "You're making us out to be the villains here," Brooke snapped, her tone laced with both frustration and hurt. "We're under attack, and you're siding with someone who's threatening everything we've built." Hope, her eyes blazing with determination, shot back, "Maybe it's time you took a hard look in the mirror. This chaos stems from the unprofessionalism you've tolerated." Brooke's voice wavered as she retorted, "You should have come to me first." Hope's response was cutting. "Like you came to me before running to Ridge," she countered. The room seemed to shrink around them as the weight of their words settled. Brooke's voice rose in exasperation. "A hostile takeover is not the answer, Hope," she exclaimed. But Hope's resolve only hardened. "The takeover is happening," she declared, her voice steady and unyielding. "And I will stand by Carter every step of the way. He's brave enough to do what's necessary, even if it means challenging everything you stand for." The dynamics between the characters reached a fever pitch, weaving a tapestry of tension, betrayal, and ambition. Luna's poignant plea for redemption highlighted the fragility of human connection, while the Forrester boardroom became a battleground for ideologies. Hope and Brooke's clash underscored the complexities of familial loyalty and personal conviction. Each interaction added layers to an already intricate narrative, leaving no character unscathed and no relationship untouched. In this volatile web of alliances and conflicts, the only certainty was that the stakes had never been higher. Next, we're diving deep into the intense drama unraveling at Forrester Creations, the growing tension between Hope and Steffi, and the emotional turmoil between Bill and Luna. This is one episode you won't want to miss. In the quiet isolation of the cabin, Hope is grappling with the growing disapproval radiating from her mother, Brooke. She can feel the weight of Brooke's disappointment in her decisions and her close alliance with Carter, a man whose recent actions have raised eyebrows across the Forrester family. But for Hope, this isn't just about power or strategy, it's about loyalty and trust. Carter has become a vital force in her life and her career, and despite his recent missteps, Hope genuinely believes he's the leader Forrester Creations desperately needs right now. She considers herself lucky to have Carter by her side and is determined to stand with him, no matter how much resistance they face. Brooke, however, remains deeply uneasy. She can't shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong at Forrester. The whispers of unrest, accusations of betrayal, and the evident fractures within the family weigh heavily on her mind. Brooke insists she needs to see the situation for herself, to ensure that everything is under control. Sensing her mother's urgency, Hope quickly agrees. She grabs her purse, declaring her intent to accompany Brooke. Carter deserves to have someone in his corner, she states with conviction. The determination in her voice underscores her belief in Carter's vision for Forrester Creations and her unwavering commitment to supporting him. The scene shifts to the heart of the storm, Forrester Creations, where a heated confrontation is already in full swing. Eric, the patriarch of the family, is visibly seething. He accuses Carter of orchestrating a blatant power grab, stripping the company of its soul and legacy. Steffi, never one to shy away from a fight, takes up the charge, leveling harsh accusations of sabotage against Carter. The room crackles with tension as Carter stands his ground, insisting that his actions are in the best interest of the company. "Ridge, you can still design," he says, his tone calm but firm. But this attempt to placate Ridge only fans the flames. Ridge, his pride wounded and his patience stretched thin, snaps back with biting sarcasm. "Oh, I can. Thank you, Carter. With you and Hope in charge?" His words cut through the room, exposing the deep rift that Carter's leadership has created within the family. Unshaken by the hostility, Carter presses forward with his vision. He outlines his strategy, explaining that Hope will dedicate herself to re-establishing her fashion line, a move he believes will breathe new life into the brand. Meanwhile, he reassures Steffi that her role in managing the day-to-day operations of the company remains critical. His intent is clear, he wants to build a bridge between the old guard and the new vision he's championing. But Eric, feeling increasingly marginalized, interrupts with a pointed question, "Do I get to do anything?" His words hang in the air, a stark reminder of the growing divide between the Forrester elders and the new leadership. Ridge, however, is not willing to accept Carter's changes without a fight. His voice rings with defiance as he declares his refusal to go along with this new regime. But Carter, his resolve unshaken, delivers a harsh truth: Ridge has no choice but to accept the reality of the situation. The board's decision has been made, and the wheels of change are already in motion. While tensions continue to escalate at Forrester, another drama unfolds at the county jail. Luna sits across from Bill, her voice trembling with desperation. She pleads with him to understand her actions, insisting that her choices, though flawed, were made with the best intentions. "If anyone can understand why I did what I did, it's you," she says, her eyes searching his for a glimmer of empathy. Bill, uncharacteristically silent, listens intently, his expression unreadable. Luna presses on, her voice breaking with emotion. She tells him that she sees the same pain in his eyes that she carries in her heart. We can help each other, she pleads, her vulnerability raw and unfiltered. As the tension in the room mounts, a guard steps in to interrupt their conversation. Time's up, he announces, shattering the fragile connection Luna was trying to build. Desperation floods her voice as she makes a final plea. Please, Bill. Don't give up on me. I need you. Her words echo in the room as Bill, torn and conflicted, turns and walks away, leaving Luna behind. The raw emotion of the moment lingers, hinting at unresolved feelings and the potential for future confrontations. Back at Forrester Creations, Brooke and Hope's arrival adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Brooke, fiercely protective of her family's legacy, confronts Carter, challenging his leadership and questioning his motives. Hope, caught in the crossfire, struggles to balance her loyalty to Carter with her mother's growing concerns. The clash of ideals and loyalties brings the family's tensions to a boiling point, setting the stage for even greater upheaval. The stakes at Forrester Creations have never been higher. As Carter fights to implement his vision, the fractures within the family threaten to deepen beyond repair. Meanwhile, Luna's emotional plea to Bill hints at a deeper connection and a story yet to be fully revealed. Will Carter's leadership bring stability to Forrester Creations, or will the family's internal conflicts tear the company apart? And will Bill find it in himself to reach out to Luna, or will her cries for help go unanswered? Stay tuned to The Bold and the Beautiful as the drama continues to unfold in ways that will leave fans captivated and eager for more.